On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Sweat.
The salty liquid that is produced by the glands in the skin, especially when the body is hot or under stress.
Examples:
All in a sweat. Sweat bath. She wiped the sweat off her forehead with a towel.
Scrape.
To draw something along a rough or hard surface, typically to remove dirt or other matter.
Examples:
Scrape meat off a bone. Scrape a hole in the ground. He scraped the mud off his boots before entering the house.
Squeak.
To make a high-pitched, short, sharp noise, to speak or say something in a high-pitched, weak, or timid voice.
Examples:
Squeak out a few words. My squeak. The door squeaked when I opened it.
Ritual.
Any customary observance or practice, any prescribed procedure for conducting religious ceremonies.
Examples:
A ritual dance. Morning ritual. The woman of the house does the holy ritual of lighting 2 candles.
Catharsis.
A release or purging of emotional or psychological tension, often through artistic or creative experiences or expressions.
Examples:
Catharsis of grief. Spiritual catharsis. Many people find that physical exercise provides a sense of catharsis, helping to relieve stress and anxiety.
Scraping.
The act of removing a thin layer of material from a surface, often to clean or smooth it, a sound or sensation that is produced by something being removed or rubbed against another surface. Of computer technology, the automated extraction or collection of data from websites.
Examples:
Scraping tools. Metal scraping. The scraping sound coming from the engine made us worry about the car's condition.
Repaint.
To apply a new or fresh coat of paint.
Examples:
Repaint the wall. Repaint a house. She tried to repaint an incorrectly painted object.
Lump.
A small, irregularly shaped mass or piece, typically of a soft substance such as coal, flour, or dough.
Examples:
Lump in the throat. Single lump sum. There is a small lump on my neck, and I'm concerned about it.
Stomach.
The internal organ in the body where food is digested, situated in the abdomen, the part of the body below the chest that contains the stomach.
Examples:
Upset stomach. Stomach virus. I have a stomach ache after overeating junk food.
Terminal.
A building or place where buses, trains or airplanes stop and where passengers or goods can be picked up or dropped off. Adjective, of or situated at the ends of a delivery route.
Examples:
Terminal disease. A terminal syllable. The terminal at the airport is where passengers catch their flights.
Cancer.
Abnormal growth of cells that can invade and destroy surrounding tissues and organs. A disease characterized by the uncontrolled growth and spread of abnormal cells.
Examples:
Cancer diagnosis. Cancer research. Breast cancer is the most common type of cancer in women.
Immediately.
Now or without delay.
Examples:
Immediately recall a product. Write him an answer immediately. A suspension order from the court is effective immediately.
Distracted.
Having one's attention diverted or divided, being unable to concentrate because of being preoccupied or worried.
Examples:
Get distracted by an urgent matter. Distracted by a conversation. I was so distracted by my phone that I nearly walked into a lamppost.
Roll.
To move in a particular direction by turning over and over or from side to side.
Examples:
Roll a ball. Roll down his cheeks. He was exhausted and rolled into bed as soon as he got home.
Sleeve.
A part of a garment that covers all or part of an arm.
Examples:
A wide sleeve. Sleeve length. He rolled up his sleeves to get ready to work.
Loom.
To appear or take shape as a large, especially in a frightening way.
Examples:
Loom over the global economy. Loom on the horizon. The issue of divorce loomed large in his mind.
Deadline.
A date or period by which something must be done.
Examples:
Transfer deadline day. The deadline for applications. No matter what, we must have this done before the deadline.
Gut.
The long tube in the body of a person or animal through which food passes when it leaves the stomach, the mental strength or bravery required to do something difficult or unpleasant.
Examples:
The blind gut. Gut feelings. He told me a gut-wrenching truth about my parents' death.
Interior.
The inside or inner part of something, the space within the walls of a building.
Examples:
Interior decoration. Plenty of interior space. The painter focused on the moody interiors of abandoned buildings in his work.
Rot.
To decay, or cause something to decay, naturally and gradually.
Examples:
begin to rot. Rot with age. Please refrigerate the meat, or it will rot.
Porch.
A covered entrance to a building, typically one leading to the front door and extending outwards.
Examples:
porch light. A glass porch. The old rocking chair on the porch creaked as he sat down to read his book.
Replace.
To take the place of something.
Examples:
replace one word with another. Replace a phone. Eventually, the new design will replace all older models.
Admire.
To have regard for or respect for someone's qualities or the actions they have performed.
Examples:
admire the subtlety of the distinctions. Admire kids with attitude. We all admire him because he is a nobleman.
Remission.
A period of time when a disease or condition is no longer present or active, a lessening or reduction of symptoms or intensity, forgiveness or pardon for sins or debts.
Examples:
complete remission. Clinical remission. The cancer patient was delighted to hear that their disease was in remission.
Decide.
To make up someone's mind about something, to come to a conclusion or judgment after considering options.
Examples:
decide a question. Decide on a course of action. She couldn't decide whether to order the pizza or the pasta for dinner.
Architecture.
The art and science of designing and constructing buildings.
Examples:
architecture design. Classic architecture. The city is known for its impressive architecture and beautiful old buildings.
Recognition.
The action or process of recognizing or being recognized, especially by remembering, an agreement that something is true or legal.
Examples:
recognition award. Joint recognition. He was given recognition for his outstanding work in the field of medicine.
Prioritize.
To assign a higher level of importance to something compared to other things.
Examples:
prioritize tasks. Prioritize people over cars. The organization prioritized the needs of the community in its decision-making.
Novel.
An extended fictional work in prose, usually in the form of a story. Adjective, original and of a kind not seen before.
Examples:
historical novel. Novel effect. The novel has largely gotten positive feedback.
Sculptural.
Relating to or resembling sculpture, equals a three-dimensional work of art, having a three-dimensional quality or appearance.
Examples:
Sculptural masterpiece. Sculptural design. The sculptural details on the building's facade were simply stunning.
Ribbon.
A long, narrow strip or band of fabric, often used for decoration or tying things together, a symbol or badge representing a particular honor or award.
Examples:
Silk ribbon. Pink ribbon campaign. She tied the ribbon around the gift box to make it look pretty.
Pickle.
Vegetables or fruit preserved in salty water or vinegar served cold with meat, salads, etc.
Examples:
Pickle a cucumber. Pickle barrel. The pickle must have an acidity level high enough to inhibit the growth of bacteria.
Suppose.
To think that something is likely to be actual or possible.
Examples:
Suppose you're right. Suppose beforehand. What do you suppose the culprit's motive was?
Snail.
A slow-moving mollusk with a spiral shell that it uses to protect its body.
Examples:
Snail mail. Snail pace. The gardener found a snail slowly making its way through the lettuce patch.
Architect.
A person whose job is to design plans to be used in making something, such as buildings.
Examples:
Landscape architect. Architect of the peace accord. The building architect tried to build the house above the tree.
Visionary.
Having or showing exceptional foresight and imagination, not practical or realizable, speculative.
Examples:
Visionary business. Visionary ideas. The visionary leader had a clear plan for the company's future.
Innovative.
Introducing or using new methods, ideas, etc.
Examples:
Use of innovative technology. Stylistically innovative works. The Prime Minister stressed the need to create innovative industries.
Creative.
Relating to or involving the use of skill and original and unusual ideas to create something.
Examples:
Creative writing. Barren of creative spirit. All the supervisor has to do is assign tasks that make his subordinates more creative.
Talent.
A natural ability to be good at something. Someone who has a natural ability to be good at something.
Examples:
A person of diverse talents. Raw talent. Numerous great professional sports talents have come from this city.
Poorest.
Having the least wealth or resources.
Examples:
Poorest of the poor. Poorest area. The poorest countries in the world often have the highest rates of malnutrition.
Epidemic.
The widespread outbreak of a particular disease in a large number of people at the same time.
Examples:
A worldwide epidemic. Health epidemic. The disease is now reaching epidemic proportions in our country.
Patient.
A person who is receiving medical treatment, care, or attention from a healthcare professional, such as a doctor, nurse, or therapist, a personal quality or characteristic.
Examples:
Patient in the hospital. Patient with weight loss. The doctor carefully examined the patient's medical history.
Ventilate.
To supply fresh air to a room, building, etc., to remove stale air from it.
Examples:
Ventilate my opinion. Ventilate air. It's important to ventilate the room to avoid the buildup of harmful gases.
Hallway.
An interior passage or corridor onto which rooms open.
Examples:
The head of a hallway. Wax a hallway floor. He dashed down a hallway to a bathroom.
Resistant.
Not affected by something, especially changes or new ideas, of or relating to immunity, to disease or infection.
Examples:
Penicillin-resistant bacteria. Resistant to persuasion. Insects in urban areas are becoming resistant to insecticides.
Strand.
A very thin natural or synthetic thread, wire, hair, etc. Verb, to leave or drive a vessel, fish, etc., aground or ashore.
Examples:
A strand of fine hair. Double-strand DNA. I heard several melodic strands simultaneously.
Tuberculosis.
An infectious disease usually caused by tubercle bacteria that can attack many parts of a person's body, especially their lungs.
Examples:
Died of tuberculosis. A medicine for tuberculosis. Tuberculosis used to be considered a fatal disease.
Infection.
A condition in which pathogenic microorganisms or viruses have entered the body.
Examples:
A bacterial infection. Treat the infection with antibiotics. Hospitals must meet various standards to prevent nosocomial infections.
Heal.
To make a wound or injury to become well again.
Examples:
Heal a broken bone. Heal the hurt mind. It will take time for her mental scars to heal.
Rover.
A vehicle designed to travel over rough terrain, especially on the surface of a planet or moon.
Examples:
Rover mission. Lunar rover. The rover on Mars is gathering data on the planet's surface and sending it back to Earth.
Bump.
To hit or knock against something hard, often with a dull sound, to meet with by accident.
Examples:
Bump against a wall. Bump up prices. She accidentally bumped into him in the crowded room.
Hillside.
The sloping side of a hill or mountain, a landscape feature characterized by a natural gradient or incline.
Examples:
Hillside landscape. Hillside vineyard. The hikers were stunned by the beautiful wildflowers on the hillside.
Guest house.
A small house or establishment providing accommodations for guests, often located on the grounds of a larger estate.
Examples:
A separate guest house. Guest house in the area. They stayed at the guest house instead of a hotel for a more personal and relaxed experience.
Jail.
A facility where criminals are kept to be punished for their crimes, a prison.
Examples:
County jail. Be in jail. The police escorted the prisoner to the jail.
Genocide.
The intentional killing of a large group of people, especially those of a particular ethnic group or nation.
Examples:
Genocide victims. Genocide resolution. The international community condemned the genocide in the country.
Flip.
To turn over into a different position quickly, to throw or toss with a light motion.
Examples:
Flip over the pork chop. Flip a coin. He flipped when he heard that he had been accepted into the university.
Exterior.
Situated in or suitable for the outdoors or outside of something.
Examples:
Glass exterior. New exterior design. For exterior walls surround the courtyard.
Mechanical.
Operated by a machine, relating to or concerned with machinery or tools.
Examples:
A mechanical style of writing. The influence of mechanical action. A mechanical engineer is still in demand in many companies.
Ventilation.
The provision of fresh air, especially to a room or building.
Examples:
Ventilation system. Hyperventilation syndrome. The ventilation system in the building needed to be replaced.
Environment.
The natural world such as air, water, and land in which humans, animals, and plants live.
Examples:
Environment affairs. Chaotic environment. Every human is responsible for taking care of the Earth's environment.
Footprint.
A mark of a foot, shoe, or animal's foot left on a surface.
Examples:
Footprints in the snow. The footprints of an earlier civilization. We choose transportation that has a smaller carbon footprint.
Improve.
To make or become better.
Examples:
Improve a process. Improve the test score. We want to improve ties between our two countries.
Outcome.
The result or effect of an action, event, etc.
Examples:
Improved student outcomes. A desirable outcome. They awaited news of the outcome of the election.
Specific.
Clearly defined or particular to a certain thing or situation, distinct, explicit, and precise.
Examples:
Specific instructions. Industry-specific regulations. The scientist conducted a study that provided specific details about the species' behavior.
Brilliant.
Extremely clever, skilled, or impressive.
Examples:
Brilliant idea. Brilliant performance. The more brilliant you are, the more people around you look at you with envy and jealousy.
Engineer.
A person whose job is designing, building, or maintaining something such as machines, structures, or software.
Examples:
A civil engineer. Engineer shortage. The engineer will repair my telephone tomorrow morning.
Construct.
To build or create something, to assemble or combine different parts to form something whole.
Examples:
Construct a 3D image. Construct a dam. He constructs hypotheses that no mathematician has ever imagined before.
Excavate.
To dig or remove earth, rocks, or other materials from the ground or a site, often to uncover or discover something.
Examples:
Excavate a deep hole. Excavate soil. The archaeologists excavated the ruins of an ancient city buried under the desert sands.
Enormous.
Extremely large or great.
Examples:
Enormous amount. Enormous potential. Shakespeare's output of poetry was enormous.
Hilltop.
The top of a hill, rather than its sloping sides.
Examples:
A windy hilltop. Hilltop residence. We looked down on the large wetland from the hilltop.
Bulldoze.
To level or clear an area of land using a bulldozer equals a large, heavy vehicle with a blade on the front, to use force or the threat of force to make them do something or to get them to move out of the way.
Examples:
Bulldoze a mound. Bulldoze a person into buying. They bulldozed the old building to make way for a new one.
Communal.
Belonging to or used by a group rather than individuals, for common use.
Examples:
Communal swimming pool. Communal combination of funds. Communal elections were held in several European countries.
Shovel.
A tool with a handle and broad scoop or blade used for digging or moving earth, coal, snow, or other granular materials.
Examples:
Snow shovel. Shovel blade. The construction workers used a power shovel to dig the foundation for the building.
Hoe.
A garden tool with a flat blade attached at right angles to a long handle.
Examples:
Garden hoe. Weeding hoe. She purchased a hoe and a sickle for a backyard vegetable garden.
Import.
To bring goods or services into a country from another country. To transfer electronic data into a database or document.
Examples:
Import goods. Import a style sheet. The company imports raw materials from other countries to manufacture its products.
Guild.
An organization or association of individuals in a particular trade, profession, or field formed for mutual aid and protection or for furthering their collective interests.
Examples:
A purchase guild. A guild system. The blacksmith was a local guild member and often participated in their events and workshops.
Carpenter.
A woodworker whose job is to make or repair wooden objects.
Examples:
A short carpenter nail. An apprentice carpenter. Carpenter bees are boring holes into the wall.
Insist.
To say something clearly or demand something forcefully, especially when other people disagree with or oppose what you say.
Examples:
Insist on a clear answer. Insist over and over. He insisted that she pay her debt to the last penny.
Labor.
Productive work, especially physical work done for wages, the people who do manual or physical work in a country or company for wage. Verb, to work hard or to strive and make an effort to reach a goal.
Examples:
Seasonal labor. Manual labor. In several countries, child labor is a serious social problem.
Background.
The details of a person's social heritage, such as family, vocational or educational experience, past information that is essential to understanding a situation or problem.
Examples:
A background color. A criminal background. The company's hiring criteria emphasize personality, not a person's background.
Process.
A series of actions or operations performed to achieve a particular outcome or goal. A systematic procedure or approach used to accomplish a specific task or objective. A method of treating milk to make it suitable for consumption or use in other dairy products.
Examples:
Process improvement. Decision-making process. The process for applying for a visa can be lengthy and complicated.
Fabric.
Cloth or other material produced by weaving wool, cotton, silk, etc., used for making clothes, covering furniture, etc.
Examples:
A hand-loomed fabric. Fabric of creation. These synthetic fabrics are used in military vests because of their excellent abrasion resistance.
Fabricate.
To make something, especially by assembling parts or constructing it from raw materials. To invent and present something false as true or real to deceive someone.
Examples:
Fabricate a chemical. Fabricate an excuse. The detective discovered that the witness had fabricated her story about the crime.
Hire.
To give somebody a job.
Examples:
Hire a guide. Hire a car by the hour. We should always be prepared to hire talented recruits.
Decision.
The act or process of making up someone's mind about something, a choice or judgment reached after considering options.
Examples:
Decision authority. A selfish decision. She was struggling to make a decision between two job offers.
Opportune.
Suitable or happening at a time that is suitable or convenient for a particular purpose.
Examples:
Opportune occasion. An opportune remark. The phone rang at the most opportune time.
Invest.
To put money, effort, time, etc. into something to make a profit or achieve a result.
Examples:
Invest in stocks. Invest capital. The government should view children as national assets and actively invest in them.
Dignity.
The quality of being worthy of esteem or respect, high office or rank or station.
Examples:
Respect for human dignity. Retain everyone's dignity. The failure destroyed his trust and personal dignity.
Movement.
A group of people working together to achieve a shared goal, especially a political, social, or artistic one, the process of moving or being moved, physically or figuratively.
Examples:
A circular movement. Movement of troops. The movement of the dancers on stage was graceful and elegant.
Convinced.
Completely certain about something, having a strong belief or conviction in a particular religion.
Examples:
Convinced of the idea. Convinced criminal. The public is convinced that the Prime Minister has committed fraud.
Evaluate.
To assess or estimate the quality, significance, quantity, or value of something.
Examples:
Evaluate the grant proposal. Evaluate a situation. The meeting aims to evaluate possible choices.
Aesthetic.
Connected with the enjoyment or study of beauty.
Examples:
Aesthetic value. Aesthetic feeling. My aesthetic standards are quite different from hers.
Volcanic.
Relating to or produced by or consisting of volcano.
Examples:
Effects of volcanic eruptions. Increase in volcanic activity. This study indicates volcanic activity affects global warming.
Abundance.
A significant amount of something, the situation in which there is too much of something.
Examples:
An age of abundance. An abundance of examples. A healthy farm provides an abundance of food.
Nuisance.
Something or someone that causes annoyance, inconvenience, or discomfort, an unpleasant or irritating thing or person.
Examples:
Traffic nuisance. Nuisance call. The barking dog next door is becoming quite a nuisance.
Pile.
A collection of objects positioned one on top of another, a large sum of something, such as money.
Examples:
A sand pile. The height of a pile. After the party, they had to clean up piles of dirty dishes.
Mason.
A skilled worker who builds structures with stone, brick, or concrete.
Examples:
Mason jar. The craft of a mason. The accomplished mason expertly crafted the stone walls of the castle.
Wrap.
To cover or enclose something entirely with paper, cloth, or other material.
Examples:
Wrap a fish in foil. Wrap up a meeting. Wrap the bandage tightly around the injured arm.
Rebuild.
To build again or anew.
Examples:
Rebuild a company. Rebuild communities. They are planning to rebuild the house after the fire.
Soil.
The top layer of earth in which plants grow.
Examples:
Soils retentive of moisture. Parched soil. Soil moisture is another significant component controlling soil respiration.
Handprint.
A mark or impression made by the hand, often used to identify or verify a person's identity.
Examples:
Child's handprint. Ink handprint. The handprint on the wall was a clue for the detectives investigating the crime scene.
Cholera.
A severe infectious disease that causes acute diarrhea, vomiting, and dehydration, often resulting in a rapid and dangerous loss of body fluids and electrolytes.
Examples:
Cholera toxin. Cholera epidemic. The outbreak of cholera was a major health crisis in the 19th century.
Strategy.
A detailed plan of action designed to achieve a long-term or overall goal.
Examples:
Military strategy. Develop a strategy. Our plan includes a comprehensive marketing strategy.
Contaminate.
To make something impure, unclean, or poisonous by contact or mixture.
Examples:
Contaminate with a disease. Contaminate his ego. We strive not to contaminate the environment when demolishing petroleum plants.
Medical.
Relating to the treatment of illness or injuries, relating to the practice of medicine.
Examples:
A medical opinion. Temporary medical treatment. The medical team worked quickly to save the patient's life.
Maternal.
Relating to or characteristic of a mother, having feelings that are typical of a caring mother towards her child.
Examples:
On the maternal side. Maternal care. She had a very maternal instinct towards her newborn baby.
Infant.
A baby or very young child.
Examples:
Infant daughter. Infant food. Mozart was an infant prodigy.
Mortality.
The quality or state of being subject to death.
Examples:
Mortality due to cancer. Lower infant mortality. This disease has a high mortality.
Nation.
A large organized community of people living in a particular country or region and having a particular culture.
Examples:
Nation state. A seafaring nation. The nation of Japan is known for its unique culture and advanced technology.
Attract.
To draw or entice someone or something towards them through the qualities they have, especially positive ones.
Examples:
Attract attention. Attract customers. The government is eager to attract international investment.
Attendant.
A person who is employed to provide a service or perform tasks, often in a public place, such as a flight attendant, parking attendant, or hospital attendant.
Examples:
Flight attendant, personal attendant. The attendant at the parking lot directed me to an available parking spot. Educational. Relating to education or providing knowledge or instruction.
Examples:
Educational system. Elevate educational standards. The museum offers a variety of educational programs for children and adults. Endangered. At risk of extinction because it is facing significant threats.
Examples:
Endangered species. Endangered ecosystem. The government has implemented policies to protect the habitat of endangered animals. Wildlife. Animals, birds, insects, etc. that grow independently of people and live in natural conditions.
Examples:
Wildlife sanctuary. Bird and other wildlife. The conservation area has an abundance of wildlife. Poach. To illegally hunt, fish, or take wildlife from private or protected land or waters without permission. To cook food by gently simmering it in a liquid, often with added spices or seasonings.
Examples:
Poach on his land. Poached deer. The chef poached the eggs perfectly for the Benedict breakfast dish. Ivory. A hard, creamy white substance that comes from the tusks of elephants, walruses, and some other animals and is used to make ornaments and other decorative items.
Examples:
Tower of ivory. Ivory carving. The intricate carvings on the ivory tusk were a work of art. Bushmeat. Meat from wild animals, especially in Africa, that is hunted for food or traditional medicinal purposes.
Examples:
Bushmeat trade. Bushmeat poaching. The illegal hunting and consumption of bushmeat has led to the endangerment of many animal species. Disease. A disorder or illness that affects the body or mind, often characterized by specific symptoms or abnormal functioning of organs or systems.
Examples:
Disease prevention. Disease control. The doctor diagnosed him with a rare disease that had no known cure. Transfer. To move, pass, or change from one person, place, or situation to another.
Examples:
Transfer file. Transfer power. She transferred the money from her savings account to her checking account. Mud. A soft, wet, sticky earth or clay.
Examples:
Mud wall. Mud volcano. The mud of the swamp made it difficult to walk through the field.
Dirt.
Soil, dust, or any substance that makes a surface not clean, the part of the Earth's surface consisting of humus and disintegrated rock.
Examples:
Dirt road. Dirt track. The garden was filled with dirt and needed to be tilled before planting.
Conserve.
To protect something, especially the natural environment or culture, from change, damage, or destruction.
Examples:
Means to conserve energy. Conserve coal resources. Children must be taught to conserve our natural environment.
Biodiversity.
The number and variety of plants and animals that exist in a particular area or the world and make a balanced environment.
Examples:
Biodiversity conservation. Loss of biodiversity. The country was instrumental in promoting the Biodiversity Treaty.
Rethink.
To consider again a plan, idea, etc., especially to change it.
Examples:
Rethink a marketing plan. Rethink the role of the manager. We have to rethink our company's product lineup for further growth.
Deaf.
Lacking the ability to hear, or having impaired hearing, unresponsive or unaware of certain sounds or signals.
Examples:
Deaf in one ear. Deaf child. The deaf student needed an interpreter to understand the lecture.
Visual.
Relating to seeing or sight.
Examples:
Visual navigation. Field of visual arts. The building makes a remarkable visual impact.
Communicate.
To share or exchange information with others by speaking, writing, moving your body, or using other signals.
Examples:
Communicate his anxieties to the psychiatrist. Communicate well with my advisor. Dolphins use sound to communicate with each other.
Awaken.
To stop sleeping or to cause someone to stop sleeping.
Examples:
Awaken at daybreak. Awaken a child. The friend's death awakens them.
Verbal.
Expressed in spoken rather than written words.
Examples:
Verbal communication. Verbal abuse. The candidate must have excellent verbal skills.
Nonverbal.
Not involving or using spoken or written language, communicated through body language, facial expression, or other means besides language.
Examples:
Nonverbal communication. Nonverbal signal. Many communication skills rely on nonverbal cues such as body language and facial expressions.
Hometown.
The town or city where one was born or grew up.
Examples:
Hometown celebrity. Hometown memory. I always look forward to going back to my hometown during the holidays.
Industrial.
Of or relating to or resulting from industry.
Examples:
Beginning of the Industrial Revolution. Industrial alcohol. Industrial design has become more focused on human nature aspect than ever before.
Infrastructure.
The basic systems, services, or features that are necessary for an organization or country, such as transport and power supplies.
Examples:
IT infrastructure. Infrastructure cost. Aging societies tend to require huge costs for infrastructure maintenance.
Revitalization.
The process of giving new life or energy to something.
Examples:
Revitalization project. Revitalization of humanity. The revitalization of the downtown area brought new life to the community.
Rust.
A reddish-brown coating or corrosion layer that forms on iron or steel as a result of exposure to moisture and oxygen, the process of corrosion on metal caused by oxidation.
Examples:
Rust-proofing. Rusty metal. The old car was covered in rust and needed extensive repair work.
Belt.
To sing loudly and forcefully, to hit someone or something hard. Noun, a strip of leather or other material worn to tie or buckle something around the body.
Examples:
Belt him in the face. Leather belt. The band was belting out old songs in response to audience requests.
Innovation.
The creation of a new device or process resulting from study and experimentation.
Examples:
Innovation leader. Cutting-edge innovation. The vegetarian burger was an innovation that quickly spread to the United Kingdom.
Transform.
To change an outward structure or looks.
Examples:
Transform an education system. Transform heat into power. My father's death transformed my life completely.
Engine.
A machine that converts thermal energy to mechanical work, something that has an important role used to achieve a purpose.
Examples:
A steam engine. An air-cooled engine. The policies he announces can be the engine of economic growth in the country.
Tireless.
Characterized by a persistent and energetic effort, not easily fatigued or discouraged.
Examples:
tireless dedication, tireless charity work. The politician was known for his tireless efforts to improve health care.
Intrepid.
Courageous and not afraid of danger or difficulties.
Examples:
intrepid personality, intrepid travelers. There were still intrepid pioneers who planned to start their businesses.
Bold.
Brave, daring, and confident, not frightened of danger or afraid to say what you feel or to take risks.
Examples:
a bold design, big, bold piano sounds. The effort to alleviate climate change needs bold action.
Architectural.
Of or relating to the design and construction of buildings and other structures and the features and style of such structures.
Examples:
study architectural engineering. Beautiful architectural landmarks. The architectural style of the building was a mix of modern and traditional.
Vision.
The ability to think about or see the future with imagination and intelligence, the faculty of being able to see.
Examples:
a prodigious vision, telescopic vision. Driving is difficult for me because of my poor vision.
Lynch.
To put to death or punish, usually by hanging, without legal authorization or due process, often as an act of mob justice or vigilante action. Noun, a violent punishment, often extrajudicial, in which a mob or group of people seize and kill someone, usually by hanging, as a form of punishment or vengeance.
Examples:
lynch law. Lynch him to death. The mob wanted to lynch the suspect before he could be tried in court.
County.
An administrative division of a country or state, typically one of several comprising a larger division.
Examples:
county seat. Throughout the county. The county's population has been increasing rapidly in recent years.
Memorial.
A structure or monument to commemorate a person or event.
Examples:
memorial address, memorial park. The war memorial stands as a reminder of the sacrifices made by our ancestors.
Victim.
A person who has been harmed, injured, or otherwise negatively affected by a particular action, circumstance, or event.
Examples:
victim support, victim compensation. The victim of the crime deserves justice and support to recover from the trauma.
Atrocity.
Brutal act, an extremely wicked or cruel act.
Examples:
commit atrocity, cold-blooded atrocity. The atrocity of the war left many children orphaned.
Psyche.
The human soul, mind, or spirit.
Examples:
Deep psyche. Psyche healing. The therapist helped her understand the workings of her psyche and how to cope with her anxiety.
Statistics.
The discipline that concerns the collection, organization, analysis, interpretation, and presentation of data.
Examples:
Statistics for cancer. Official statistics. The statistics demonstrate that poverty and unemployment are genuine problems.
Initiative.
The ability to act or make decisions independently and with confidence, a plan or action proposed or taken to address a problem or need.
Examples:
A peace initiative. Take initiative. The teacher's initiative to start a school garden project was met with enthusiasm from the students.
Racial.
Of or related to the race, equals classification of humans into groups based on physical traits or social relations.
Examples:
Racial prejudice. Racial and ethnic backgrounds. A minor racial conflict later led to a civil war.
Injustice.
A violation of the rights of others or the laws of a society.
Examples:
Gross injustice. Injustice system. The injustice of the court's decision angered many people and led to protests.
Surprisingly.
In a way that causes amazement or wonder.
Examples:
Surprisingly advanced culture. Have surprisingly little effect. The exam was surprisingly tricky for everyone.
Shocking.
Extremely or surprisingly bad, or causing a strong emotional response such as surprise or disgust.
Examples:
Shocking response. Shocking revelation. The news of the accident was shocking and left many in shock.
Invite.
To ask someone to come or join, to offer an opportunity or possibility for something to happen or take place.
Examples:
Invite guests. Invite criticism. We want to invite you to our annual charity event.
Needless.
Describing something unnecessary, pointless, or superfluous and could be avoided without any harm or adverse consequences.
Examples:
Needless argument. Needless waste. This needless paperwork is wasting our time and resources.
Cancel.
To decide that a previously scheduled activity will not take place.
Examples:
Cancel a class. Cancel a free subscription trial. When customers cancel their reservations, they lose the deposit they made.
Confederacy.
A union of states or organizations formed for a particular purpose.
Examples:
Urban confederacy. The rebelling confederacy. The Confederacy of States was formed to stand against the federal government's power.
Slavery.
The practice or system of owning, buying, and selling people as property and forcing them to work.
Examples:
Slavery labor. Institution of slavery. The abolition of slavery in the United States was a major achievement in the fight for human rights.
Overlook.
To fail to notice something, to watch over someone, to provide a view from above.
Examples:
Overlook a street. Overlook that fact. We cannot overlook an opportunity for great success.
Domestic.
Relating to or inside a particular country, not foreign or international.
Examples:
Domestic airline. A domestic animal. GDP stands for gross domestic product.
Slave.
A person who is either legally or illegally owned by someone, a person entirely dominated by some influence or a person.
Examples:
A slave of drink. A slave trader. You should work hard but not be a slave to it.
Prosper.
To be successful or thriving, especially financially, to grow and develop well, to flourish.
Examples:
Prosper in the long run. Prosper as a trading hub. With careful planning and hard work, she was able to prosper in her new business venture.
Capital.
A building that houses a legislative assembly, especially the U.S. Congress.
Examples:
The nation's capital. Capitol Hill hearing. The Capitol building was a stunning example of classical architecture, with its marble columns and grand dome.
Rotunda.
A round or circular building, often with a dome, usually used as a meeting place, memorial, or exhibition hall.
Examples:
Capitol Rotunda. Marble Rotunda. The government building had a stunning historic rotunda with intricate artwork on the ceilings.
Proclaim.
To announce or state something publicly and forcefully.
Examples:
Proclaim victory. Proclaim law. The leader proclaimed a state of emergency in the country.
Segregation.
The act or process of separating or isolating people, things, or groups based on race, gender, religion, social class, or other characteristics, a political or social system that enforces such separation or isolation.
Examples:
Racial segregation. Segregation of power. Segregation based on race or ethnicity is illegal and unjust.
Identity.
The fact of being who or what somebody or something is, the features, emotions, or ideas that distinguish persons from one another.
Examples:
Mistaken identity. Identity as an individual. The terrorist's identity remains unknown.
Colonnade.
A row of columns supporting a roof or forming a covered walkway or porch, a structure characterized by a series of columns.
Examples:
Colonnade of a palace. Grand Colonnade. The Grand Hotel featured a beautiful colonnade that stretched along the entrance.
Perception.
A belief, opinion, or image you have based on how you regard, understand, or interpret something, the ability to see, hear, or notice something through the senses.
Examples:
Keen perception. Perception of a stimulus. He is a man admired for the depth of his perception.
Shift.
A slight transition in position, direction, or trend.
Examples:
Doppler shift. Major paradigm shift. Could you help me shift some furniture?
Column.
One of the vertical blocks that split content on a page or screen from top to bottom, an upright pillar that often supports an arch, entablature, or other structure or stands alone as a monument.
Examples:
The spinal column. A column of water. The newspaper devoted several columns to the affair.
Evoke.
To bring or recall a feeling, memory, or image into your mind.
Examples:
Evoke a sense of awe. Evoke sympathy. This movie is likely to evoke strong emotions in the viewer.
Vast.
Enormous in size, number, amount, or quantity.
Examples:
Vast majority. Vast desert. A vast audience viewed the broadcast.
Engrave.
To carve, cut, or etch a design, message, or image onto a surface, often using a sharp tool or laser, to permanently record or mark something in a lasting manner.
Examples:
Engrave initials. Engrave metal. He wanted to engrave his wedding ring with their initials as a lasting symbol of their love.
Identical.
Being the exact same one.
Examples:
Pair of identical twins. An identical equation. Infant formulas are nutritionally almost identical to a mother's breast milk.
Temporary.
Not lasting or be used for a very long.
Examples:
A temporary permit. Temporary housing. He managed to get temporary jobs during the recession.
Purgatory.
A place or state of temporary punishment for the souls of those who die in a state of grace, but have not fully atoned for their sins.
Examples:
Purgatory state, purgatory existence. In Catholic theology, purgatory is a state of temporary punishment for sins.
Witness.
A person who sees something happen, especially a crime or an accident.
Examples:
Witness of the car accident. A material witness. The manufacturing industry is witnessing fierce competition.
Claim.
To assert that something is true, to demand or request something as one's own, to lay legal or moral right to something. Noun, a demand or assertion of a right or something that one believes to be true.
Examples:
Claim responsibility. False claim. He wants to claim ownership of the abandoned property.
Visible.
Capable of being seen or open to easy view.
Examples:
Visible stars. Visible by X-ray. My home is easily visible from the shore.
Silent.
Without any or little sound.
Examples:
Silent reading. Give silent consent. The politician remained silent despite intense media scrutiny.
Preserve.
To keep or maintain a particular quality, feature, etc., especially to prevent it from decaying, being damaged, or being destroyed.
Examples:
Preserve my strength. Preserve a country's heritage. They worked hard to preserve the nature of their native lands.
Individual.
A single person or thing, as distinct from a group.
Examples:
A private individual. Individual freedom. As an individual, he had the right to make his own decisions and live his life as he saw fit.
Jar.
A cylindrical container, typically made of glass, metal, or pottery, with a wide mouth and a screwed or sealed lid, used for storing food, liquids, and other materials.
Examples:
A jar of jam. A water jar. He placed the coins in a jar to save for a trip.
Descendant.
Children or offspring of a specific person, plant, or animal.
Examples:
Descendant of a pioneer. Third-generation descendant. Those warriors' descendants are still skilled archers. Spiritual. Relating to or affecting the human spirit or soul as opposed to material or physical things.
Examples:
Constant spiritual striving. Spiritual leader. The meditation class was focused on finding inner peace and cultivating a more spiritual connection with the universe.
Healing.
The process of becoming or making somebody or something well again.
Examples:
Natural healing ability. Part of the healing process. Each ancient tribe has its healing traditions.
Follicle.
A small sac or cavity in the body, especially in the skin or scalp, that contains and nourishes a hair or feather, a small gland or sac that produces and releases a bodily secretion.
Examples:
Follicle cell. Damaged follicle. The pigments in your hair follicles determine the color of your hair.
Pray.
To make a request or petition to a higher power, especially in the form of a respectful or humble request.
Examples:
Pray devoutly. Pray for rain. She closed her eyes and prayed for strength to overcome difficult times.
Unspeakable.
Too terrible, shocking, or distressing to speak about.
Examples:
Unspeakable crime. Unspeakable pain. The survivors of the plane crash could only describe the unspeakable horror of the experience.
Scar.
A mark that remains on the skin after a wound has healed.
Examples:
Burn scar. Carry a scar. Even after the wound has healed, a scar remains.
Refer.
To direct someone's attention, thoughts, or questions to another source or person, to mention, cite, or allude to something as evidence or support.
Examples:
Refer to a book. Refer to a map. Please refer to the instruction manual for further assistance.
Relation.
The way two persons or groups of people feel and act toward one another.
Examples:
Relation between cause and effect. Relation of inclusion. The industrial relations laws were passed with little to no alteration.
Sculpture.
The art of creating three-dimensional objects or forms, typically by carving, modeling, or casting in a variety of materials such as stone, wood, metal, or clay.
Examples:
Create sculpture. Abstract sculpture. The ancient Greek sculptures are known for their realism and attention to detail.
Aspiration.
A strong desire to achieve something, the action or process of drawing breath.
Examples:
No aspiration for fame. Aspiration into the lungs. He has an aspiration to become a doctor.